Hi everyone, my name is Daniel Quarry. Today I'm here to talk to you about global climate change. Well, my specific purpose of talking about this topic is to inform my audience about the dangers of global climate change and how to limit the problem. Limiting greenhouse gas effects and global warming should start by humans taking appropriate measures. It means less energy use and less dependence on fossil fuels that create greenhouse gases and contribute to global warming. Let me give you something, a very important information. An estimated 300 million people in China suffer from diseases caused by some of the most common causes of global warming. More than 1/3 are not aware of the main problem behind their so-called diseases. These 300 million Chinese suffer from the lack of good water, polluted water obviously, and heavily polluted rivers. Not surprising, China is the largest CO2 emitters in the world, before the United States of America and India. Now let me tell you about what is global warming. Global climate change is an increase in the average temperature of the Earth's surfaces. Since the late 1800s, global temperature has been increasing. Many experts estimate the average temperature to reach a record high by 2100s. Scientists worry that human societies and natural ecosystem might not adapt to the rapid climate changes, and this is taken from the World Book Encyclopedia. I'm a pre-medicine student, and I've analyzed that the major health issues I will be dealing with in the few years to come are problems or issues that are caused by global warming, such as diseases such as cancer, asthma, and chemical exposures, etc. Limiting greenhouse gas effects and global warming should start by humans taking appropriate measures. It means less energy use and less dependence on fossil fuels that create greenhouse gases and contribute to global warming. I want to explain what global warming is, how it occurred, its major impacts, and then how we can solve it all together. Let's talk about how the problem occurred. For the past 1,000 years or so, the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere and oceans have been quite stable. But since the 19th century, the researchers have tracked a sudden and outrageous warming of the planet. In our technology and scientific-minded world, we seem to have forgotten that mankind is only a relatively minor part of nature. We ignore being part of a larger whole. That ignorance is so far the main cause of global climate change. Not the others need to change. We need to change ourselves. Global warming is caused by the emission of greenhouse gases. 72% of the total emitted greenhouse gases is carbon dioxide, CO2. Therefore, CO2 emissions are the most important causes of global warming. CO2 is created by burning fossil fuels like e.g. oil, natural gas, diesel. The emission of CO2 has been dramatically increased within the last 50 years and is still increasing. Let me give you a quick picture of air pollution. This is what is going on right now. We see like industries are emitting so much gases, and it's destroying. It's bad for us. It's a scary picture right now. It's a real scary picture. We see another picture of just gas going in the air, in the ozone layer. That is causing so much greenhouse effects on us. And that is really a scary picture too. Yeah, take a more look at it. Yeah. Let's talk about what the problem has caused. In the midst of discovering the causes of global climate change, we're witnessing disturbing issues. Issues that are so scary as these pictures I just showed you. They're so scary enough to be of a major concern for the environment and human life. Concerns that tells us one thing: global climate change has significant consequences. A health concern, that's one. Diseases originated from air pollutions. As I showed you the pictures, air pollution, water pollution, etc., like asthma, etc. Cancer and asthma are very much a product of air pollution, and that's gonna create so much of health concern for us. Tropical diseases such as malaria and dengue. I'm gonna show you a picture of people dying of poverty, malaria, and extreme heat conditions. Take a great look at this picture. It's a really scary picture. We see the father and the son right there, dying of malaria and poverty and dengue in most parts of Africa and some other parts of the world. Wow. Longer lasting and more intense heat waves could cause more deaths and illness. Flood and drought could increase hunger and malnutrition. Taken from the World Book Encyclopedia. Increase of temperature on the earth by 3 degrees to 5 degrees Celsius. That's 5.4 degrees to 9 degrees Fahrenheit by the year 2100. Rise of sea levels by at least 25 meters, 82 feet by the year 2100. Sea levels are rising due to the thermal expansion of the ocean, in addition to a melting of land ice. I'm going to show you a picture of ice melting in some parts of the world. Take a great look at this picture. Here, we see the ice break in most parts of the world, and that is a really scary picture. Changes in temperature and precipitation patterns have also global effects on extreme weather events. They increase the frequency, duration, and intensity of floods, droughts, heat waves, and tornadoes. Other effects of global warming include higher or lower agricultural yields, further glacial retreats, reduced summer stream flows. Let us talk about how we can do what we can do as human beings to solve this problem. Climatologists are studying ways to limit global warming. Techniques for limiting CO2 emissions are to replace fossil fuels with energy sources that do not emit CO2. Use fossil fuels more efficiently. Carbon sequestration, either preventing carbon dioxide from entering the atmosphere or removing CO2 already entering here. That's taken also from the World Book Encyclopedia. Humans taking responsibilities and acting green. That's very good advice. Taking responsibility as human beings and reducing the CO2 we actually produce daily with our various activities. But keeping in mind that deeds are more important than words. Let me remind you of the 4 major points I've been trying to explain today. In conclusion, global climate change is the increase in the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere. Greenhouse gases related to the atmosphere by human activities are the main causes of global climate change. An increase in global temperature will cause sea level to rise and an increase in the intensity of extreme weather events, species extinction, and changes in agricultural yields. D. Last point. Taking responsibility as human beings. Possible solutions to global climate change range from the simple to the complex, from changing a light bulb to engineering giant reflectors. Definitely, limiting greenhouse effect and global warming should come from us, and us, we, me and you alone, which means definitely everybody in the world should be concerned. We are the main contributors to this problem, so the solution should come from us. Thank you.